Hello, my dear one. It's your granny here. Come, settle down with me. Get cozy under your blanket and let me whisper to you a true story from long, long ago. Something I've not told many people before, but I trust you with my heart. And tonight, I want to share with you the day I ran away from home. I was just a little girl, not much older than maybe 10 or 11. And the world felt so very big back then. We lived in a small house at the edge of town. My mama was a strong woman, always working hard. And my papa, well, he had a temper. Not always, but enough that sometimes the walls in our little home trembled. Not from noise, but from the silence that followed the shouting. That day started like any other. I remember the smell of oatmeal on the stove, Mama's slippers tapping on the floor, and the sound of the screen door slamming as Papa left for work. But I'd done something that morning, spilled ink on Papa's good work shirt. I was trying to help Mama iron, and it just slipped. The bottle fell and splattered black all over that white fabric. I remember Mama's face, tight, quiet. She didn't yell, but her eyes were full of worry. That's the thing about grown-ups, my dear. They don't always have to speak to say something big. Sometimes their silence is heavier than any word. I knew Papa would be angry. I knew there would be shouting, and I just couldn't bear it. I didn't want to see Mama cry again, so I did something wild. I packed a little cloth bag with 2 apples, a sweater, and my favorite book, Heidi. I told our cat goodbye, tied my shoes tight, and slipped out the back door while Mama was hanging laundry. The world outside felt different when you're running. Every sound is louder, every shadow deeper. But I felt brave. Oh, I really did. I thought I'd find a circus and become an acrobat, or maybe live in the forest and befriend the animals like Snow White. But the truth is, child, the world isn't kind to little girls on their own. I made it only about 3 miles before the sun started setting. My feet hurt, my apples were gone, and I missed home so badly I couldn't breathe. I found a little bench at the edge of a park and curled up, hugging my bag like it was a teddy bear. I remember whispering to myself, "You're strong, you can do this." But the truth is, I was just a scared little girl, hoping someone would find me. And someone did. His name was Mr. Emerson. He was the gardener at the church nearby, and he had kind eyes and muddy boots. He didn't scold me. He just sat beside me and said, "Looks like you've had a long day." That simple sentence, it felt like a lifeline. I started to cry, quiet, embarrassed tears, and he handed me a handkerchief. He didn't ask a lot of questions, but he listened, really listened. Sometimes, child, the best gift someone can give you is their ears and their silence. Eventually, I told him everything about the ink, the fear, Mama's eyes, Papa's temper. He walked me back home. Not a word of judgment, just steady steps beside mine. And when we reached the house, Mama was on the porch, crying into her apron. She ran to me like I'd been gone for years. I'll never forget how tightly she held me, her hands trembling. Papa didn't say a thing that night. He just looked at me and nodded once. It wasn't an apology, not really, but it was something. That night, I slept in Mama's bed, curled up between her and a cup of warm milk, safe. And from then on, things weren't perfect, but they were a little better. Papa never raised his voice like that again, not in front of me. And Mama started smiling more. Now, why am I telling you this, my darling? Because sometimes, when the world feels heavy, When you feel like running from everything, you're not alone. Even when it feels like nobody sees you or hears you, there is always someone who cares. Always someone waiting to listen, like Mr. Emerson, with muddy boots and a kind heart. And sometimes that someone is me. You don't have to carry all your burdens by yourself. You can talk to me. You can whisper into the dark, and I'll be there in spirit, holding your hand through the night. And sweetheart, running away might feel like the answer, but more often, it's just a cry for peace. What you're really seeking is understanding, love, and safety. If you ever feel that way, like packing your apples and leaving everything behind, I want you to pause, take a breath, and think of your granny. You're never too old to need a hug, never too big to feel small, and never too far gone to come back home. The world can be overwhelming sometimes, but you, my love, are stronger than you know. You're growing in ways even you can't see yet, like a seed in spring, quietly pushing through the soil, reaching for the sun. So if you ever feel lost, remember this. There's always a bench, a kind soul, and a porch light waiting for you. And somewhere in the distance, a voice whispering gently, "Come home, child. You're loved." That night, when I returned, I learned that sometimes the bravest thing isn't running away. It's coming back, facing the fear, speaking the truth, and letting others love you, even when you feel unlovable. So tonight, as you drift off to sleep, remember your granny story. Let my whispers wrap around you like a soft quilt, stitched with memory and love. And let your dreams be gentle, your heart light, and your soul safe. I'm proud of you, always. Good night, my little one. Sleep well.